Are you in Brisbane and looking for Brisbane's largest range of premium aerosols? Crush City was established in 2010 to provide a great retail space and the best quality materials and equipment for every occasion. With heavy stocks of Montana cans, Iron Lac, Bez, Loop and Molotov. To find out more, including opening times and deliveries, get at the team at crushcity.com.au or get at the team via Crush City Fame on Instagram. Or head into the shop at 423 Ipswich Road, Annerley. Crush City are proud sponsors of Beers, Beats and the Biz.
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
Media Fortress is an Australian web hosting company operating out of Melbourne, established in 2009. They offer domains, hosting, website builders, and online marketing support. If you are sick of sending your dollars overseas for a slow-loading website, check out Media Fortress. They will transfer your website free. Domains from as little as $17.50 and hosting from as low as $7.50 per month. Head to mediafortress.com.au for 100% Australian-owned domain registration and Australian hosting, custom website design, and search engine optimization and marketing. That's Media Fortress. mediafortress.com.au or call them on 1300 308 488. Media Fortress are official sponsors of Beers, Beats and the Biz. Support businesses supporting us. 420 Superstore are one of Australia's largest providers of 420 cultural giftwares and paraphernalia. Their product range includes a wide variety of items, from dried herb aromatherapy devices, rolling and cutting supplies, herbal extraction devices, hydroponic grow equipment, to candy, carver and clothing. Open at their brick and mortar location at the Hooper Centre, Toowoomba, Queensland, and online at 420superstore.com.au. From seed to satisfied, 420 Superstore has everything you need. Visit 420superstore.com.au today. 420 Superstore are official sponsors of Beers, Beats and the Biz. Support businesses supporting us.
You want to know the real deal? Here it is. You're tuned in to Beers, Beats and the Biz.
All right, check it out. This is the Beers, Beats and the Biz podcast, back in effect after a brief hiatus. I mean, no, not even a fucking hiatus. We had
a week off.
Yeah, we didn't even take last week off, really. We recorded last week, but we've been setting up these cameras. So if you're tuned in, man, we are live. We've got a crew with us. I mean, shouts to Mesc, shouts to everybody in this room, man. It's fucking, everything is fucking happening with this podcast. Big shouts to 420 Superstores and our boy Gab down there. And, man, it is crazy now. Listen, we've got this Brad Strutt show coming up. We're going to talk about that over the course of this episode. This week, as of you listening to this or watching this podcast, man, we've got some teas. We're putting a pack out. We've got Beers, Beats and the Biz teas. These Brad teas will be, they'll be available on the show, or actually they'll be available via a competition we'll be launching real soon too. But Beers, Beats and the Biz teas, we are raising money to get this shit filmed constantly. So all these sales of these Beers, Beats and the Biz teas, and we're making a pack. So there's going to be a sticker pack included with the t-shirt. There's going to be a little weed grinder courtesy of 420 Superstores and a chop tray. These will be going for $60, postage included, which is a fucking bargain because I've already sent a couple out today and postage is $10. So, with the fucking tracking numbers and all that kind of shit. So yeah, man. And all proceeds from these teas are going into filming this very podcast you are either watching
as well as some audio upgrades as well.
Exactly. Audio upgrades.
We need some new fucking stands in this bitch.
Indeed we do. And that right there is my man Insidious running this place, the Shy Studios, the home of Beers, Beats and the Biz. And listen, man, we are fucking in the spot. We are doing this, and man, we are joined for the third time. Three times. And, as a wise man once said, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, then it's probably a fucking Duckets. We are joined by my man Duckets. How are you, bro?
Very well, man.
You're back again. Speaking to the mic too, dude. I know you're a little bit soft-spoken and shit like that.
I am well.
It is fucking great. sometimes, right, I often think, sometimes with this podcast, I kind of fucking, I lose my mojo somewhat with it. I'm just like, man, fucking, it gets, it can be a bit of a drag. I've been a bit reinvigorated lately. And part of that reinvigoration and part of just wanting to stick at this and doing this is based on what I see you do, and like Russ, and Insidious without fail, but dude, like what you're fucking doing currently with music, what you've been sending me through, like some of this fucking stuff that is yet to be released, bro, you're making some fucking crazy tunes, dude. And beyond that, you're one of my sort of favorite people in this city making music, you know, beyond anything else. So sometimes it's nice to just reset, and I like sitting down with you, man. I fuck with your energy.
That's an honor, man.
And I fuck with what you do, you know?
That's crazy,
but you're making some fucking great songs. I mean, I know we don't have them right on hand right now. We can't play them. We don't want to blow that load too early.
We might do a little sample of something later on.
Listen, Overthought.
Yeah.
Fuck, what was the other one I was fucking with?
Burn Bridges.
Burn Bridges.
You know, like there's some crazy shit. Now, we were talking off mic as, you know, the boys set up the cameras and shit like that.
Just with those two. Shouts to Dantes.
Yeah, you've got Dantes from
big
Kings
shouts
Connected.
to Dantes.
Yeah. On production.
Always killer on production.
Man, he is one
country.
of the most underrated in the country. Like people sleep on him like a rollout mattress. You know, it's like
you know what
you gotta listen.
You know what? I don't disagree, but I don't think Dantes is slept on either. In that they just only have that real concentrated output of music. So there's only so much to you know. Like Dantes isn't gracing every MC, and they, you know, well, if he is, we're not fucking hearing about it until well after the fact, until those joints are done and they're showing up on records. I reckon he is without fail one of the country's finest.
That type of sound, I reckon, is what a lot of MCs need, even if they don't know they need it. And a lot of people who'd probably bring out a better caliber of them.
He's meticulous.
Yeah,
meticulous.
Like I'm someone who like I love if I'm buying a house, which I've never bought a house, but just as a metaphor, like the best thing is the space in the rooms. It's not like
sort of about the built-ins. Ceiling
it's
fans,
like not like having it all fully
footage.
furnished. It's like it's the room in the space in the room. You know, it's like
the bare bones.
Yeah, it's like that inspires me as an MC more than anything. And it's like when the room's built right for the you know, around the space. Like I feel like Dantes is like he makes the perfect rooms. For
well, you know, he's an MC too. You know, that, you know, and then, you know, producing someone like Culprit and then the Kings Connected stuff. I mean, man, you know, listen, I listen to Kings Connected like I listen to my favorite US rap groups. Yeah. You know, when they drop a song, like, man, I don't want to say too much, but they invited me onto a joint in recent times. And I said to him, I was fucking honored. I didn't do it. You know, like it's been in that period where I'm just not writing, and I just hit Donnie back. I was like, man, listen, I'm just not writing. You know, like I'm not going to get to it like that. You know, and
because you know you have to be in that.
I got to bring it. I can't fucking step to a Kings Connected joint. Just you know, like
you know, at least try not to get bodied on that shit.
Listen, we were talking off mic about this shit. I feel like I have to be back putting pen to paper for at least 12 months in the trenches, sharpening that sword before I step back out there. You know, to have them invite me onto a joint was fucking an honor. You know, it was just like you know. 2 years ago, that's some shit you just fucking dive headfirst into. Same as Russ, you know, Russ's production record would have been the same fucking thing, you know, but I'm just not pushing the pen like that. This is kind of the focus, you know, and it's like...
Yeah, you still owe me a track for one of them.
Yeah, I got you. One day, we'll get it. But, you know, the fundamentals of being an MC, dude, and some of these songs, I mean, we were talking about it. Dude, you're on supports for the upcoming Brad Strut show that is sold out on the 28th. As is Insidious.
Rangers RC.
Rangers and all that kind of thing. You're not going to be rapping over backing tracks, are you? You're going to be rapping over your own verses?
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Just fucking hook up Spotify and hit play.
Dude, exactly.
It's one of my pet peeves, man. I don't really go out to gigs, but for some reason I let it get under my skin more than it should. Yep. It's just like my favorite thing about hip hop and rap is like the use of words and like the showing and proving of one's talent and ability, and it's like to like if you went to see like your favorite like musician who played the guitar and like they were just strumming the backups, you know, they had their full track playing and they were just singing like their backup track and like playing like the backup notes on the guitar.
Well, do think about fucking...
You'd feel gypped.
You know, go back 30 years, a group like Milli Vanilli had their career deaded and they had mega fucking hits. They were a platinum group because they were miming at a fucking award show and they dropped the mic. Like, that deaded their career. Today,
what do you reckon
motherfuckers are stepping on stage doing that. That is the fucking done thing.
Like, what do you reckon it is that's sort of allowed it to be possible now?
Well, that I can't answer. Don't know. Haven't thought about it. I don't know. That's a good question. Why is that now something? At some point, it's become acceptable. Well, maybe in the digital age, Russ. I don't know.
I don't
Adapting to the digital age, we engage with music differently. Then COVID, so none of us could go see a gig. None of us could see anything for 18 months almost. For a long time.
You had to be in front. But even then, it was
probably happening before that.
Well, it was, obviously. It was definitely happening.
I know, it's like, I feel it might, because a ducks doesn't venture out from the pond too much, but it's like sort of
you don't venture far from the pond.
I still see things, and it's kind of just like I just couldn't help but feel shortchanged if I, it's like maybe it's different if you're getting like money easily or whatever. It's like I don't mind blowing $50 on a night to watch people mime.
Yeah.
But it's like
rap over the backing tracks. See, I get it if you put your choruses in. If you're a solo MC on stage without a hype man or anything like that.
Yeah, you need some space to breathe.
You might need like just the end of a bar or the end of each line in that bar.
Just to emphasize it a little bit,
man.
Yeah.
Like,
it's always going to have
spitting live.
It's always going to have a training wheels feel for me. Like,
That's right.
It's always just going to be like, if you worked harder at the craft, you wouldn't need it.
Yeah, true.
Well, it changed the way I write over the last maybe 5 years. We're trying to actually write and know that I'm going to need to spit this in one take at some point. But before that, it was just I'd just write whatever and know I could cut it in. And I had a crew to back up my lyrics, so that was fine. And then as soon as I started being a solo act, it's like, oh shit, I need to actually be able to perform this entire thing myself properly. But maybe a lot of people don't think like that. They just go, I'll put the fucking track on and that will be my hype man.
Well,
if I don't have one.
Yeah.
Not to interrupt, but to either of you, when you rap, when you go into a song, do you think about how that song is going to be performed live? Or is that now not necessarily even... Because I know back in the 750 days and all that kind of shit, when we're writing tracks, I would think about how a track would translate live. Sometimes you wrote choruses specifically
I think, with choruses,
for the
it was
live
like
thing.
that.
Get the fuck out of here, shit like that. That was written because I knew that would be hype live,
Once I got over the phase of trying to overprove how technical I could be to myself, I started becoming conscious of it more. But in the pure product days with the choruses, there was always consciousness of this is
the live
gonna
performance.
Be sick,
yeah, because you come from that era, dude. You come from that era where you stood on stage at all those venues, the Rev and all those, the tail end of that.
We did more
Red Tape, the Optimum.
Probably 15 live shows before we put anything out.
Yep.
On an actual, I'm just picking the number off my head, but it was definitely more than 10.
Yeah.
Before any actual release came out, and it was
100%.
There was a buzz, and it's it wasn't there was no. It wasn't through MySpace. We had 300
did you get noticed?
people.
Where do you get noticed in that day and age? You didn't get noticed online, man.
There wasn't the same platform. Yeah.
What are you looking for, Ross?
Oh, my Esky. It was here.
And I think as well, it's almost like
Esky?
Oh, it's on the Duckets.
Oh yeah. What's it? Yeah.
I need the drinks.
You got an Esky in the studs, fucking hell.
Yeah, we can't get in the camera, but we really
need
fucked
my-
that up, didn't we?
I need my jalapenos.
No, man,
guys.
motherfuckers get all this shit. We ain't had none of this.
Man, I've got the worst hip and foot at the moment.
From running around the city chanting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Chant-related fucking injuries, bro. Eh?
It's all
Krishna-related injuries.
transcendental hairline fractures.
But back to that fucking the fundamentals of being the MC and shit like that. Dude, you recently rapped in front of 4,500 people in King George Square.
Yeah.
Break that down, dude. And you stood on those stage, man.
And surprisingly, it's it's not in any way, shape, or form daunting. In any it's just it's weird in that environment. There was whether it was 3.5 or 4.5. I heard it was 4.5, but it was also the stage was facing down the mall, so there was Twitch came with his girlfriend. Shouts Twitch.
Your former deadbeat companion.
And the one who gave me the
MC
Bhagavad Gita originally as well.
The what?
Hatred.
The one who gave me the Bhagavad Gita originally.
What the fuck's that?
That's it's the Hare Krishna book.
Yeah, that's where it all started, wasn't it? When he gave you that book.
No, actually, it all started when Samsonite took me to the Hare Krishna restaurant in Gopal's in like 2005 when we were like recording like the pure product stuff at his place, at his mum's place. Like, but then when Twitch gave me the Bhagavad Gita, that was like a conversational grounds to like speak to the devotees about when I met up with them. No, but like Twitch came on to the festival.
Yep.
And he said that he could hear it up at like Spring Hill and Roma Street.
Jesus.
He's like, bro, I knew that was you, man. I was like, sick.
What tracks did you perform? Tracks that are out?
Yeah, I did the Kali Yuga track.
Okay.
Man, that's blowing up on YouTube. That's had like 12,000 views on a YouTube channel. Yeah, it's like 6% of them is from India.
Wow.
There's like, like I can't remember the exact amounts, but I could just remember like I was like, well, that's a considerable. Yeah. But yeah, no, like I did 2 sets of like two tracks in each of them. So it was like 7 minutes or 10 minutes and stuff, and it was mad. It was like it was the first festival of Chariot since the lockdown and stuff.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and then it was gonna rain. Rain held off as soon as we finished, like 3:30. It started spitting.
No shit.
Yeah. It was awesome.
The gods were smiling upon you that day.
Yeah, it was great.
Spreading that fucking good
channeled
vibe,
the
man.
gods as
But
Tupac would have
yeah,
said.
like so like I did 2 sets, and it was just like having a sober audience that is really receptive, like having like people coming in to Govinda's afterwards, like of the course of last week, and being like, oh man, like what's your phone number? Like I'll send you this footage. Like I've got like 4 or 5 different perspectives from the crowd of like the set, like it's cool. It's cool. Like there's always been a division between, or like what seems like a division between like doing that stuff and like the hip hop stuff.
Yep.
But it's like it's all something that like like it's not like I'm 2 different people or whatever. It's like I'm sort of, so it's really nice to see like the roads cross and stuff, and it'd be like people at work like who are everyday like citizens or whatever, and we were speaking about this off camera about like how hip hop's accepted now.
Yeah.
Like at that festival, like an opposition leader and an event organizer asked, like they were like, "That's amazing!" Like that, like after seeing the set, and they asked me to do a festival next year, like this cultural like color festival of colors, like the Holi festival.
Yeah.
And it was like I was saying before off camera, like it blows my mind how like culturally accepted hip hop is now, and like if you're going to be talking like 18-year-old Daniel and being like, like when you used to be trying to have to sell over crowds, like with pure product and that, like you'd be doing your set, and then like half of the crowd who were like passionate about it were like into it, and the other half were like still unsure whether or not they were buying Australian hip hop or not. There was like a bit of a so to do it and to like just like look out and just be like, this is crazy. There's like the King George Square's full. There's people at like the bar over there. There's people going in and out of the clock tower. I can see like down like Queen Street Mall into like the shopping precinct, and it's just like whatever, it's like it's you got to be like I gotta say like I gotta thank Krishna for making the arrangements so that that the opportunity and that avenue is open, because it's like it blows my mind, man. Like I've always had reservations about not wanting to be too preachy with it. Like when you were like telling me to come on and talk about it at first, I was like, oh man, like we should talk hip hop, like, and you're like, no, talk about.
Dude, I want to hear that shit. It's a part of who you are, and it's part of who you become. Like, like I've always said to you, man, I always wondered, like I always saw the pure product thing. And then as it, when pure product kind of came to not that it ever came to an end, but, you kind of all went your separate ways for a while there. Recently reforming on Russ's City 17, which for a fucking amazing track. But then into the Deadbeats years, Yeah, exactly. It's up there.
It's up on the wall.
Like going into those Deadbeats years, how you fit in there. Because you have always been like I don't know, just, I wouldn't say necessarily spiritual. I don't know that you've always... you'd go with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's how I was always like, man, how do you fit in there? Like, like amongst a group of very big egos and very, you held your own as an MC without fail, but like just amongst those egos. And beyond that, you being probably the most established artist in that crew at that time in terms of output and shows and all that, like I can't even remember the fucking point I was about to make here. But, going through that, the traditional route of the MC and how you've seen that change now, like when it was, how did you explain being a rapper 15 years ago?
It was difficult.
It was difficult, man. Dude.
It was like what do you do?
Difficult.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you rap about? Like you didn't have cars. Like you rap about, like their perception was like that it was very like gangster. Like gangster rap was the perception of like what people thought rap was. It's like because that was what was accessible on radio and stuff at the time. That was on the surface of the spectrum. But and it was kind of like it's like. You kind of just almost didn't explain to him. It was just like...
You did, man. You lied. I loved it, dude. Okay, so,
I did the same thing.
Yeah, if I go back 20 years to when like I first started having to tour for music or go do shows and stuff, like I was a first-year apprentice and I remember my boss...
Yeah,
like I've told this story on this podcast, anyone that's followed this podcast over the past 100 episodes, but I remember when my boss found out because his son wound up coming to our shows. And then one day my boss shows me this footage of us and he comes down and he says to me, I didn't know you did this N shit, like, N-word shit. And I'm like, man, that's legitimately, and you got to think this was probably a 55-year-old man at that point in time, business owner or whatever. And I remember just standing there like, like that was confronting, like to be just like that, and it was kind of like, you didn't, I kind of hid the fact that I was an MC. You couldn't explain it to someone of that generation, my parents grew up with me trying music and doing music and hearing rap music and whatever. So they never had those attitudes, but people that didn't know, before this music kind of took over this country, it's fucking crazy.
For me, like my mum was always really supportive, because I made music at home and the 6-song little EP that I recorded in my room, like I showed her, like, because mum will tell me something's crap if it is whether it's a joke or whether, no matter what it is, like she's the type of person who's straight
Duckets,
up.
that's a whack ass bar.
yeah, like a couple of the early songs, it was just like that just sounds screechy, like
really,
gosh.
You got some ruthless feedback off Mark.
You're like a breadstick, you got no rhythm.
Come on, 1, 2. No, but like my boss is what, like, my dad, when he found, like, the first couple of things he found that I'd written, a couple of them were about him and he wasn't too happy with it. So, like, there was a bit of, but like that was my relationship with him was like quite the reason why, like, I got into like putting my thoughts down on paper.
Yeah.
I love him to bits, but yeah, we've been through it.
Yeah.
But with people, like in general, like for instance, like my boss, like what you were saying, I had this Scottish boss when I was a painter, first year apprentice, and like because his perception of music, like he was into rock music, and so he was like always trying to throw like ideas, like, oh, like you should do a song about this, and like I was always like really weird, like no, like
like why don't you get some electric guitar in your next track?
And if the song wasn't like, I was like, oh, we did a show at in the Valley last night.
Yeah.
He's like, why are you so tired or whatever. Yeah. Like we're going into like Manfred's on a Wednesday night and shit.
Oh, of course. Open mic?
Yeah. And going to work at like 5:30. Yeah, man.
What a fucking hovel that was.
And he'd be like, he wouldn't perceive it as being something that could be recognized as like something if it wasn't on the radio. He's like, and his whole thing was like offering suggestions on what you could do to change and water down like the purity of what you do in order for it to be like commercially viable or sell on radio. And like that's actually been a conversation up till last night. I was even having this conversation with Gav.
Yeah.
And he was like suggesting ways in which like to change or try different stuff, you know, just one, you know, try one thing just to get, you know, it's like more people listening. It's like I've never been about having like a big party. I've always been about having like a close circle gathering of more
like-minded
thinkers. Like if as something that's smaller, you can like interact with everyone more. Like I don't want to be walking down the street and be that famous that it's like you can't go and get like something from the shops or something.
See, dude, that's one of the things that I've always enjoyed about you is your unwavering commitment to you and what you do. It's always been true to you. And those tracks you've been sending me, like, it's, you know, man, I can't wait for people to hear some of this music you're making with Dantes and shit like that, because wow, dude, like, wow. You know, like it gives no context for the listeners now, but like Overthought and, you know.
Just trust us. It's good.
Yeah, just trust us, man. Like this dude is spitting on a level, and, you know, and beyond anything else, you give so much of yourself, you know.
Put it into context with like.
I identify with what you do. I don't know.
Now, like you mentioned it, you know, it's like, don't get caught up in the overthought.
Yeah.
Slowly going forward.
Yeah.
I chose the corner with the open door. I'm always close to walking home before I'm meant to leave. And empty sheets are all that's left to greet the mental thief. Tenants feel effects of rental grief. Cannot afford expensive dental fees. Check out my dreadful teeth.
Check. I love that shit.
Desert fever, they neglect the trees. Lost respect will never get retrieved. They're training pets to drop and beg for treats. Threats received for disobedience, tedious with expertise. Inspect the leash. Check the neck against the fleas, and any pest that breeds has spread the breath of fresh disease. I'm not impressed by these offensively decrepit cheats. The rotten stench that reeks accredited to wretched creeps. As bottom feeders beg to get their piece from conquered leaders, they're met with ineffective techniques and lost procedures. Nobody wants responsibility. The crop decreases. They're photoshopped into the picture when their song releases. I spoke a somber thesis, and don't associate with those adopting toxic features, dishonest promise keepers. Compose a comedy of errors. I watch the problem seekers, pompous creatures absconded from despondent teachers. It's right.
Pompous creatures. Jesus.
Pompous creatures absconded from despondent teachers, not astonished by the merits of their top achievements. Careless with confidence, cherishing in constant grievance. I'm well aware that everything will follow sequence. Hip-hop elitists preaching gospel to the non-believers. Preaching... No. We'll save the rest for that. But it's like...
Dude.
There's a puzzle.
Even just saying it there, like, you need to hear this shit, man. Like, just even saying it there, I'm just like, well, fuck it.
And shouts to Dantes for, like, creating an environment in which to, like... I love any environment which stimulates thoughts. Like shout Treb, shouts Dantes, shouts Insidious, shouts Scythe, like and a few of my favorites. Like, but with those lyrics and stuff, it's just like I don't know. It's like there's a puzzle of them, and it's enjoying to say them for me. And that's the one thing with like doing the raps over like recorded lyrics. It's like I don't understand it because like I don't know, it's like the part of the fun, like 50% of the fun is saying the verse live, is like expressing it. It's like how you want to like just give that up to like a recording and stuff, you know? And the other thing too, which I think is like pretty like unspoken nowadays because everything's so damn perfect for like internet and stuff, is like a freestyle is okay to have imperfections and errors.
Yeah, 100%.
And if you're doing something and it's just like that, where it's just like saying something, it's like it's okay to like not finish or to just stuff up a couple of lines. Like a freestyle is meant to have freestyle about it. Like
even if you're spitting a written,
if you're spitting and written, it's like you don't need to be so caught up in like, you know, it has to be so perfect that I have to like say it to a recorded thing. It's like
it humanizes it to have those little imperfections in there.
Like sort of have fun saying your raps and like don't be afraid to make errors. You know, to err is human.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
We're not making AI bloody computer raps. You know, it's like
we will be soon. There's going to be a fucking AI thing.
Yeah, man.
One of my favorite performers is ODB, and it's like the majority of his best performances
Freestyle.
Recorded. He stuffs up the verse. He does the verse twice. He like
spin it
does
backwards.
one into another verse. He starts singing midway through. It's like
And then beyond that, you go to fucking, you know, you and I have gone backwards and forwards about Snoop's first album, Doggy Style. 2 tracks on that are freestyled start to finish. The Shiznit and G's and Hustlers. He talks about it.
Freestyle.
The Shiznit is off the top freestyle. And apparently so was Ain't Nothing But a G Thing off the Chronic.
That's mad.
Snoop wrote Dre's parts and he just freestyled his. Freestyle, man. Like Snoopers.
He wrote someone else's bars and freestyled his. That's great.
Snoopers
freestyles 16 and like writes 2 bars. Like, no, you say this.
I think Snoopers far more accepted today than he ever was, obviously, than he ever was back then, you know. But like, there's a divide in who likes Snoop. But man, if you listen to Snoop just as an MC and just that ability, the dude is fucking.
Oh, he's a beast.
He's a beast. He's special, man. He's really good.
He's opened so many doors as well. Like, although he's done like people like the obvious things, like people, you know, it's like it doesn't make sense because in one conversation, people like Jay-Z are placed above Nas because they're more commercially a better business person. But then if like Snoop Dogg has done commercial stuff, then it's sellout.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because he does a menu log ad.
How is like owning Brooklyn basketball team not? You know, it's like it's kind of it's like
and alcohol lines and all this kind of shit. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, how Jay is ever placed above Nas is you know, that's a bit of a, you know, that's a, well, it's a conversation to be had, that's for certain. But Nas has proved himself to be the superior MC.
People can definitively go like, I think it's like people let their preference talk a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, as opposed to like actually.
Yeah.
Like who can really say.
Well, yeah, it's pretty rare to see objective opinions nowadays. It's all subjective.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It is. It's very subjective.
From a scientific thing, you can never control the room of variables that much to make it actually like studyable on a Monglaben.
Well, like, you know, just sort of going back to what you briefly mentioned going into what we're talking about now, are you writing to, and well, actually, how do I phrase this? Are you writing to gain a bigger audience at this point?
No, not at all.
No.
Like,
I wouldn't have thought so either.
It's like parallels for me between gardening and like making music. It's like I don't want 6-month growing marigolds that are just going to make a flower and die off. Like I'm preferring to grow avocado trees. I know a couple of mates are sick of hearing me say this, but it's like an avocado tree will take 20 years to start fruiting.
Yeah.
A marigold's dead after 9 months. It blooms a couple of times and it dies off. It's like what type of... It's all legacy. Like what type of legacy? Like what type of garden are you wanting to leave? You know? It's like, and there's only so much time you can devote into certain things. Like you know, you want to build like the biggest garden with all these different stuff and like reach all this. Like it'd be nice to have like because there's recognition from a few, like, which is more satisfying than like sort of heaps of people knowing you for something that isn't really true to yourself, but it was more appealing, or it reached a bigger market, or it went viral, or whatever. It's like the question I ask people chasing that is, do you really want the attention that
whose attention do you want?
And like mass attention? Like do people really know what they're asking for when they're trying to go for that? Because like anytime you get a little bit too much of it, like for someone like myself, it's overwhelming. Like I don't want going to gigs. Sometimes it's like, okay, there's like 200, 300 people here that are like over eager, like back off, like sort of,
you
know, like I'm not socially sound enough. Like I'm a bit like socially too awkward to like always be in the right frame of mind to deal with that, so I don't go out to gigs a lot. And it's like, if some people really want that attention and that sort of thing that all of that road brings, like, so be it. But like, growing a bigger audience, like, if it happens through like
organically
doing what I want to do and being myself,
so be it.
Because if you get liked for not being yourself, like, where's the good in that? If you know, if you start being yourself and they're not gonna.
Because you could easily, I mean, you know what it takes after all these years. You know what it takes to write. I mean, Pure Product wrote big songs, you know, big fucking joints. You know what it is to write that hook, give those lyrics, dumb it down slightly. Not even dumb it down, but, you know, like, you know, just spit some random battle bars, put a big chorus on there, get a big beat, some horn stabs, boom, 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 and all of a sudden you've got a record that might get you fucking 20,000 more plays than that random one. You know what that is to do that. But you don't do that.
A lot of that for us with Pure Product was like, can be attributed to like Samsonite and Sonny's like vision for like, because we like at the time we like now looking back, it's like, yeah, those songs were bigger than some other people's songs at the time, you know. It's like, but when we were there in the process making it, I can speak for myself directly. Some of those beats were like, nah, man, like the original ones that we had were like way more grimy. Like, go back to that, but like, that's part of trust in the process and being like, you know, some people know, because they've got a vision, like they see the forest from the trees, so
of course.
to say.
Yeah. That's crazy. And, you know, even talking, you know, about those artists that are revered. You know, you mentioned the Nas and the Jay-Z. I was talking to you, Run DMC. You and I are both Run DMC fans. And, you know, like for those listening, Duckets, man. Duckets is nice with the voicemail messages and shit like that, you know? And you'll send through, like, just to me, random fucking Run DMC lyrics and spit those verses and shit. And that's what I said to you last night. I was like,
impressions off the head.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's dope, dude. And I never knew you were a Run DMC fan like that.
Yeah, man.
You know, like, you know, so when they talk about the greatest and all that kind of thing, you know, and how subjective that is, for me, I think rap's greatest group, and once again, people have heard this before, is Run DMC. Not necessarily my favorite group, but I think they are rap's greatest group of all time. I mean, maybe rivaled by the Wu-Tang Clan or something, but in terms of just doing everything before everyone else, like Run DMC were kind of I suppose the godfathers of modern hip hop in a way, you know, because come, you know, I mean, you know, 83, 85, you know, they debut in 83, King of Rock 85, they deaded the old school. So, you know, the Treacherous Threes, the Fantastic Fives, the Funky Fours plus one more, you know, that old school hip hop, they were kind of they were like the full stop on that fucking, they were like the end of that old school era because they came through with fucking then Raising Hell and shit like that. But what it was, by 88, when they do Tougher Than Leather, you've got fucking NWA, Public Enemy, Eric B. and Rakim, BDP. I mean, BDP's coming through in 86. You've got Cool Keith and Ultramagnetic MCs. The tide is shifting in terms, you know. But what Run DMC did in that space of time from, say, 83 to 88 was just fucking remarkable. Only probably mirrored by maybe 50 Cent, you know, 50 years later with all the fucking sponsorship deals, movies, fucking go through the list, you know, hit albums, man, you know. And so what did I say? I was like, Duckets, I want to hear your top 5 Run DMC tracks. But just go through them.
Just to run it back just a second. If you do get voice messages from Duckets, it's
Man.
What do you mean if?
it's an endearing thing. It's a sign that you're on the Duckets' good side of the pond, and it should only be taken in a nice. Yeah,
but then then I'll text this cunt and you don't get a reply for fucking 24 hours. It's like, where is this prick gone?
Yeah, like it's kind of like open floodgates and you'll get like heaps of response and then it's like drought season. No, with Run DMC, it's like I feel like they were positively competitive.
Yeah.
You know, like it wasn't like on the mic they were looking like, you know, sounding like they were trying to incite stuff, but it's like Run became irreverent, like he wasn't. They went out.
Yeah.
So it's like they didn't hold back from like being hella competitive with with competing to show and prove their ability. And like, especially with DMC, for me, like his MC ability and the mathematical, like, I think that their grip on like flexing the mathematical structure of the syllables and the metering, meaning like, you know, the amount of syllables in the rhymes, like to hold the, I didn't know until recently that it was called metering, and I was like, someone's like the metering of the rhyme. I'm like,
what's that? What's the metering? I've never.
Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with that too.
You know how when you listen to certain MCs, there's the consistent
of where they place like the ends of their
the actual rhyme itself.
Yeah.
And like if it's internals, like if you place it always on the drop, and there's always a rhyme word on the drop, like the specific the pattern of the rhythm in a rhyme is called the metering.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
In like poetic terms, like that's why, like, you know, stuff in poetry, sometimes poetry doesn't necessarily rhyme, but the way that it's written has a certain rhythm to it.
Yeah.
That has that's called metering.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. There you have it.
Rhyme lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Run DMC.
Nah, DMC had a ferocity about him, which was like, it was like ferocity plus, you could tell he was like smart enough to understand like, the mathematics and everything of the raps.
Yeah.
And like, it was interesting to listen to and stuff, like, and when you're just getting into it, like you get what's readily available, and their stuff was readily available.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy in my books what they did in that era. Like, you know, even, you know, hearing Walk This Way, you know, like as a kid, you know, and then
on video, Rage and stuff.
Bro, you know, and
Steven Tyler busting his face through. Like,
now that was used in a Triple M ad that said no rap crap, you know, and I know that, you know, they used fucking the Aerosmith joint originally, like, you know, and had Aerosmith replay it for fucking Walk This Way. But the fact that that was used in advertising for Triple M in this country at a point in time.
Rap crap.
No rap crap. I mean,
love
this is
that.
going back to the attitudes on hip hop back then. Like, I'm talking very early 90s. There was a fat dude doing the Running Man, and the ads, no rap crap.
Man,
but it's playing
it'll
that,
just
and the
go
fat
to-
dude's doing the fucking Running Man. What the fuck are you talking about? It's hip hop.
it reiterates the thing that, like, people, if there's money to be made through pushing something that's popular at the time, people will jump on anything.
Yeah, fuck, won't they? Fucking A, dude.
Anything.
Look at what's out here fucking now. Jesus Christ. Look at what we're celebrating. We're celebrating fucking idiots like the Kardashians and fucking shit like that. I mean, Christ almighty.
Oh, that shit boils my blood.
Bro, cunts will jump on anything. You know?
And it's like that goes for, like,
we celebrate chefs, for fuck's sake. They used to make food.
that goes for, like, you know, it's like violence in hip hop as well. It's like, it's just because.
Do you think hip hop's calmed down in that regard? Do you think, you know, like, man, we don't hear what MOP and Mobb Deep and going back to NWA, like, you know, like, man, shit used to be pretty crazy with.
I don't know, man. There's still rappers dying these days.
Oh, actually, yeah, fuck, you're right. Yeah, what am I talking about? Yeah, rap is still as violent.
I feel like it's kind of
It's
like.
an alpha male fucking thing, you know, like.
I feel like it's like the environment in which rap used to be in, like before my time and stuff, like overseas and stuff, was a lot more like of a volatile environment to live in. You know, where it was birthed and stuff, and like, you know, in New York and that, like, you know, like it was a lot more of a volatile area to exist as a person from what, like the stories and everything that you hear and like what you see.
Certainly.
But now it's like there's more maliciousness readily available and more senseless acts of violence readily available right there on the phone.
Fuck, it's true.
For younger people.
Yeah.
Like on a more widespread thing.
Yeah.
Across the world, and it's like I think the desensitization to it is a lot more prevalent now.
Yeah. Fuck, you're right, eh? Yeah, the stabbings and all that. I mean, Jesus Christ, the Wombat show, you know what, last week? Fucking stabbing, you know?
Like, it's like, like hip hop.
Like, cunts used to just bring a fucking, like, punch on. If someone got bottled, that was the fucking problem.
Yeah, you didn't bring anything.
Yeah, no cunts
You might fucking glass someone.
Yeah, you do. That's what I'm saying. There might have been a
Hip
fucking.
hop or any art form is at its most powerful, and it brings like when like it brings people together to build. You know, it's like you know, it's like if you want to do stuff like that, go get into like fencing, go get into like
if you want to stab some, can't get
no,
into fencing.
no. But like if that's the object goal of what you want to do and what you're passionate about, go do something like boxing, go do MMA, like go do that. Like, don't come to a place where it's about like when it boils down, it's about an expression to get out, like, regardless if it's negative or whatever, where that place comes from, it's a positive thing because it's an expression, and it's meant to be a thing where you build. You go out and you build. If it's say whatever the show's saying, like whatever it is, like you're going out to have a good night essentially.
Yeah.
That's what it should be about. Like anyone who, like, I think people tend to pedestal people and deem people as like real ones and all this and get the idea of what they think they have to be a real one has to be a certain like level of like over exaggerated volatility and stuff. But it's like any one of the real ones that I've met who like are the people who've been doing this music and the hip hop a lot longer than me are sensible, humble people at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Who want peace. They want a peaceful lifestyle. They got families. That's like, it's not about going out and like risking lives and stuff like that.
Yeah. And what a way to put it. What did you say? Over exaggerated volatility. Wow. That's a jewel. That's a gem. That's a fucking gem.
It's just
100%.
Man,
100%.
It's just not the direction. Like ODB, Puffy is nice. Wu-Tang is for the children. It's like, that's not for the children. Like that's taken. Yeah, it's like, no. Like if you want to show your strength of character, like show your vulnerability.
Yeah.
It's like physical strength and physical, like, sort of the exertion of your physical violence and stuff. That all that really does to the intelligent individual's mind is show that you've got insecurities that you're not dealing with, and that comes out through drug use or whatever it is. And I'm not trying to be like, I'm like, I don't have stuff, but there's avenues in which to address it, which isn't that, which lead to building and growth and positivity and it being for the children.
That's right.
No, you can't plant seeds in toxic soils like and expect to get like good gardens. What
do they say? What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
And what's the start of that Rest Assured track that we've got? The definition of insane. Kept everything the same and expected it to change.
Yeah.
It's like it's like like we. In answer to your question, I reckon like there's definitely it's more conducive for like impressionable young minds to go down the avenue of like expressing themselves through physical violence, although it used to be even though like we're living in Australia, it's a beautiful country that's like we're well off. We don't have like just like beggars in the street isn't a trade. Like overseas in some countries, like people are a professional beggar. You don't have a government giving you Centrelink. You can't live off government welfare. It's like, and to do that and just be like, it's hard done by. It's like if you're choosing not to work, It's like you gotta inspect a deck. Working hard may help you maintain, to help you overcome the heartaches and pain. It's like, are we listening to the same hip hop, or is it like?
Well, that's the thing. We're not.
Legacy.
I don't think we are listening to the same hip hop in that sense.
Yeah. Or we're not. We're listening to the same hip hop, but not the same way. We're not deriving the same.
Different interpretation.
And that's the beauty of it. It's open to. It's an open thing to like. It's subject. Is it subjective or objective? It's when it's open to an individual's perception.
Subjective.
It's subjective.
Yeah.
And that's only my 2 cents on the matter. Like, I'm not trying to like say, no. If some people are raised in certain environments and that's how they express themselves, then like so be it. But it's like hip hop doesn't need to go that route, And it's like people used to see 750 in a very like, sort of like, it was like an aggressive, but every single one of you is a nice individual, like you're down to earth, humble individuals who like have a level head on your shoulders, it's like, and
a
like,
lot of the shit that surrounded 750 through that era wasn't necessarily 750 too.
Right.
Like,
and
some
like
of that shit.
Stories
There's some
evolve
shit
from
was,
like,
but other shit wasn't,
over years, stories like get like, it's like, but like, none of the people, like none of the, the older heads or whatever, like that I've spoke to, like in regards to that sort of thing, like condone that as like,
oh fuck no,
because it's like it's not about that.
No. I mean, 750 was overly aggressive music.
I mean, like not about 750. I mean, like going out and like bringing that to gigs,
of course,
like what happened at what happened at that that gig last week.
Yeah. That's a shame, and that's a shame that someone like Wombat has to deal with that too, because that's not him. That's not him. I saw him on social media. People are asking for their ticket money back and shit. He performed for 45 minutes before that happened. Like that's not his doing.
Yeah.
I kind of
that's a lot for an artist to have to like.
Yeah, and he's a kid too, man. He's in his early 20s. That's a lot for him to have to fucking deal with, and this is his grind. This is his job. And you got people fucking DMing you saying, "Oh, dude got stabbed," fucking blah blah blah. Like I don't know the ins and outs, so I can't really speak on the situation. I've only seen bits and pieces. I
mean, if they were asking the venue security or something like that for it back, like that'd be a different thing. But like, you can't.
Do you think social media drives some of this?
Maybe? Yeah, of course,
100%.
Yeah.
If I plants the seed for it, man, because it's like, it's like based on human psychology, it's naturally going to go that way. Like drama gets attention.
Yeah, we're naturally attached to negative things.
Yeah,
if the currency of self-worth is attention and likes and stuff, and getting stuff, and like going viral is a life goal, to have something go viral, like you're going to do stuff that causes drama.
Yeah.
It's like that's not, but that stuff doesn't mean nothing, man. Like it's not worth like take time off Instagram, or take time off the internet, and like go out and mow the lawn or something. Do something. Go for a bushwalk.
Or plant an avocado tree.
Well, listen, dude. I mean, I
go back to making your tracks, because this is what rap is about.
Yeah, I said something on this. I said something on this podcast. I don't know, a couple of episodes ago, about like mental health, and mental health being an absolute legitimate issue, and it's fantastic that it's spoken about the way it is today. But my question was, is it also becoming a bit of a crutch? Is it becoming can someone use mental health in excusing what is just generally shit cunt behaviour?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden you turn around and go, "Oh, my mental health's an issue. No, you're just being a fucking shit cunt, dude.
Yeah.
Get off social media, get off the drugs, fucking go for a run in the sun."
Man.
I guarantee your mental health is going to fucking start lifting a little bit. And I had a few messages of people that kind of agree with me. You can disagree with me. We're recording this on World Mental Health Day, so far be it from me.
Drop a message on
because honestly, man, I believe at this age, even at 41, as a father and a husband and all these things, like the life I've led, man, it's led me to fucking have various issues, so I would not discredit anyone with those issues, but I also think when you're just, when shit cunt behaviour is just excused as mental health issues, well, it really cheapens people with legitimate mental health issues.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
It is, man. There's no finite answer to that.
I think that comes.
And I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm right. Fucking, but
I think it comes down to like something to do with what Dantes brought up on they did him and Culprit did an interview years ago where he's saying about like how with close circles you gotta like the selection of your close circle and having people are going to be honest around you and tell you when it's like in that same conversation, it's like your close circle should be able to like if you're going through the mental health, like put the people around you who are going to be able to help you get out of that spot. It's like there's no point keeping toxicity around you.
And also, not to cut you off, please continue your thought.
Yeah.
But the ready access to just medicating people, like just randomly medicating people. I don't know, man. I don't necessarily agree.
Yeah. No, it's an easy way out, man.
Yeah, man. And here, we'll chuck some pills at this dude and just fucking dumb him out.
Well, it's another thing that just exacerbates the issue. It doesn't actually fix it.
Fucking A.
That Chris Rock thing, there's no, like, Stevie Wonder's still blind, or Ray Charles is still blind. You know, it's like, there's no money in the cure. There's money in the treatment.
It's true.
We got you a dog. We got you a walking stick. It's like, you know, it's like. Nah.
Do you like? There's so much of you in your music, man, and I think, like I say it time and time again, and I think that's really what endears me to it, and it speaks to me on a level. I think it would speak to me not knowing you. You know, like, do you use that as, you know, is your music an outlet for your own
100%
anxieties?
Totally, yeah.
Bits and pieces, you know, like the issues you deal with on a daily basis. Because I know you've been very what would you say, like disenfranchised with even rapping yourself at various points in time.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it's like there's no resume with it. For on just an answer to that, like, no matter what happened before, everything under the sun is uploaded on, you know, this new platform, which has different. It's like Daylight said about how, like, he used to exist in certain things, and when he joined the Battle League, it's like starting again. It's like starting again with a creator player, and your stats are just erased, but you still got all the previous. It's the same thing. It's like there was so much that was achieved and accomplished and done before it was all put onto the internet platform, like Instagram and that, and on YouTube, which is where people place that current, the value of worth now, like how they're seen on that.
Yeah.
And it's like, first and foremost, like, in answer to your question, it was always a therapy for me. It was like, Absolutely. It was the processing of, like, my parents' breakup and the division in the family, and sort of like being a really over mentally stimulated kid, like hyperactive and stuff, never being diagnosed of anything, you know, but super hyperactive. I needed an outlet, man. And it's like, that's why I almost get offended when it's like people say, like, why don't you try, you know, like, it's almost like I don't say, like, I want more listeners or whatever, but people almost like go, oh, I like your music, so why aren't you mass known? You know, less people do biology or chemistry or physics than they do maths A, like trade and business maths, right? You know what I mean? That PE has a bigger class than, like, you know what I mean? Like, but it's like it's always been an expression of self for me, and the more honest it is, the more satisfied I am with it at the end of the day, the better response I get from people. And, like, if I was to go down the route of chopping and changing it to follow trends and all that, which change every other week, every other month, there's a different
fucking oath.
You know, it's like I wouldn't be happy with it it's like, yeah, man, it's like, it's kind of like you can't go into a therapy session, have a therapy session with a psych, come out and be like, were those notes good or not? It is what it is. It's what that room gave to you. It's what that conversation you had with the therapist gave to you. And when you go into a good instrumental and write to it and spend those hours or whatever writing to it, it's like you come out of that session with whatever that room and that, you know, the soul of the beat as a therapist, whatever that therapist gave to you, and whatever conversation you had, which brings me to, like, another thing I wanted to bring up, because it's like I've the whole Burn Bridges alias, like I've got 2 albums brewing to, like, the Dantes beats. One's Perpetual, which is like more of the Hare Krishna philosophy in the tracks, and I've got one which is, for me, it's like an avenue to address and express an avenue of my mental health, which is like sort of the bitterness and the resentment of not being able to let go of stuff, and sort of being too quick to speak my mind sometimes, and not being like, sometimes you gotta not, in order to, like, preserve relationships, like burn bridges. Duckets, aka Burn Bridges. Spell it with a Y, because
not every situation requires your opinion on it either.
Exactly, like, sometimes you just gotta, like,
just chill, man. Just lay in the cut. You might not agree, you know, but
But it's like,
is it for you to disagree?
It's like, if you're going through it, you can pick up a pen, you can write some stuff, do you know, like that gets overused nowadays, but it's like the best stuff you can write and the best way you can be on stage and the best, no matter what you're doing, just unbridledly do you know, unforgivingly, unrelentingly, unrepentantly.
Yeah.
And you don't have to show everything, like anyone, everything you write.
No.
You know, like you can fill books.
Keep some mystery. Keep some. You know, you are still you.
Yeah.
Be you.
And like, but see, that's where I think, to tie that into what we were talking about before, I think that's where it's tangented off into this crossroad, where hip hop, the power of it is through self-expression, coming together, different people writing verses. Back in the day in a cipher, they'd express themselves, pass to the next, they'd express themselves. It came off in that mood because the environment was volatile, you know, so it came off in that, you know.
That's right.
But they were expressing themselves, and it was like word is bond, like you express yours, you know, like show and prove. Like now it's like writing for the sake of having clout through getting a video liked.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
It's not, you're not writing for the sake of the therapy of self-expression. Like it's losing the soul behind it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and all you have to do is like, I guess, log off.
Yeah.
Put it on flight mode for like 8 hours. Get a nice open room beat with some, you know, not too cluttered.
Yeah. Fucking A.
And it's just like, it's almost like you have to force yourself to just, if you got a really like ADHD mind like myself, you got to kind of just force yourself to be whatever, like limit the distractions and just go, okay, I'm just going to be listening to this on repeat. It's simple. You're the instrument.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
A lot of rappers now like get these flossy, fancy beats, you know, the drill stuff. It sounds cool and that's all well and good, but it's like, I'll be dead if you can convince me that you can express like yourself as well to like a really fast tempo, full sounding beat as much as you can to like something that's like, you know, say like a bit more old school traditional style. It's more conducive to opening up. The argument being, it's not all about that, you know. Not everyone wants to hear like emotional shit. It's like, it doesn't have to be emotional shit, but like make it self-expression, make it honest self-expression.
But see, maybe that is conducive to your approach to self-expression.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Like
that's where we go. It's once again subjective or objective, whichever.
And I can only like, I can't speak for anyone else. I can only speak my take on it, but like, music definitely for me, man, it's always been a therapeutic thing. Like, and
you're not trying to write a hit record.
Definitely not.
No. I like that.
And like the other thing too, it's like who are these people who the music goes over the head for? People like, oh, you write stuff, it goes over the heads of people. It's like, who are these people? If I show it to my sister, if I show it to my dad, my mum, if I show it to people like at work, like come into Govinda's, and I show them the stuff on, you know, like the songs I've released, and they say like, I like your stuff because it doesn't sound like every other hip hop track I listen to, and it sounds like you're just doing yourself. Where's the motivation to be like, oh, I'm going to change in order to get more people who I don't know and don't have any connection with to go, oh, I think this guy I don't know is pretty all right. Like,
yeah.
Do you want a big party or do you want a small gathering of like people you can connect and build with?
When you're gauging a response to your tracks, I've seen you on social media, and you know, you ask, and you asked me again today in regards to Overthought. You're like, what in particular made that track resonate with you? Right. And I don't necessarily have an answer to that. You know, I'm kind of giving you the answer over the course of this. The fact you're here is part of that answer, you know, but like when you ask those people, what answer are you looking for?
Whatever they have to say.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong answer. It's just like part of what I miss about having constant gigs was talking to people after a set. Like it's a reciprocational thing. You go on stage, you like, what does Method Man say? The energy you give to us, we gonna give back to you.
That's right.
It's like it's
Red and Meth show.
You know, it's like it's never been making money. It's never been getting a lot of fans. It's never been anything about that. It's been expressing yourself and getting the expression back from the audience. Who, like, however small it is, if it's 4 people, if it's 400 people, 4,000, like do the same set.
Yeah.
That's a topic for another day altogether. But it's like never be disheartened if there's 4 people. Plant the seeds in those 4 people's mind that they've got, like, they're never ever going to forget that show.
That's it, dude. That's it. You want to hit those 4 people. You need to speak your truth. You need to hit those people, man, you know? And like that fucking grind, dude, you know, like you've been on that grind for fucking ever. You know, you speak your truth, man. Speak your truth. People listen to it. They don't fucking listen to it. Who gives a fuck? You know, like it's, you know, you just bring people in, man, because you're going to resonate. Eventually you are going to resonate with the person that wants to hear your fucking truth. You know, and I sometimes think maybe with your stuff, maybe the Krishna or the spirituality might alienate the listener, but then I listen to others and I'm like, nah, how? Like how? It's not even overt. It's not at the forefront of everything you do.
And that's cool. Like for every 5 people who it, you know, sort of goes like, makes them go like, oh, you know.
It's what I think makes you, dude. I enjoy that aspect of what you do.
There's 10 people who are like, I was looking for something, like that ticks the boxes of satisfying what I was looking for. You know, and it's like, do you play to your fans or your haters? You know, it's like. If something, there's that much music. There's so much music now that, like, if I'm not someone's cup of tea, if I'm not there, what they want to, I'm not the restaurant they want to dine at. Like,
you needn't be it.
Walk down the road. There's so much more.
Fucking hey, dude. Yeah, exactly right.
You know,
exactly right. It's a great point. It's a great point.
With that as well, like what was just before?
Oh, I can't remember. But just before what?
The alien. It was something about the alienation of it. Like, do you get alienated by?
I don't know. I don't recall. I can't remember everything I say, Duckets.
I just had a Method Man moment.
Did you?
When he was on that Hoffer interview, he's like
I haven't watched that, the Math Hoffer interview. I was watching a bit of the Bimmy one because I like all that old fucking Queen's Supreme Team shit, but yeah.
Method Man and him have like good chemistry because they have that battle.
Yeah. That MC shit.
Yeah.
Straight up.
No, it's like, it's sort of, I don't know. The whole thing of like, you always, like, no one's going to like everything. Like Mitch Hedberg said, you can't please all the people at one time, and last night, all those people were at my show.
Yeah. Mitch Hedberg was fucking good, man, wasn't he? What was that joke of his? What was that? What was that? Oh man, I'm shit at fucking retelling jokes. It was that
Which one?
I used to do drugs.
I still do.
But I still do.
I used to, but I still do.
But I still do too.
Because it's like, you're going to have to take a risk, and you're going to have, like, the people are going to like some stuff and they're not going to like other stuff, but it'd be better to be liked for doing who you are.
Yeah.
And if people aren't feeling who you are, at least you yourself.
Yeah.
If you have to change something and be something that you're not, for something that doesn't get you what you think it's going to get, likes and like, you can't get a home loan on clout. I mean, I know like people monetize it and stuff, but it's like, I don't know, man. It's just, if that's your motivation, so be it. You know.
Yeah, I've said it before, but remember when getting followed was a bad thing? Like, who wanted to be followed by 10,000 people? Jesus Christ! What the fuck did you do wrong? 100 people, Christ.
Right, we're getting back to Run DMC because it was something you brought up.
Please, number five. I asked for your top 5, your personal, not necessarily the greatest Run DMC songs of all time, but just knowing that you like Run DMC impacted you like that. They impacted me in the same way. You know, like one of the first, but Run DMC or the Beastie Boys, so easy the first groups that I ever fucking heard. You know, like
my Adidas would be my 5.
Yeah.
The energy, it's just a breakbeat. You know, it's like if it wasn't about that, it would just be like another underground sort of It's like that opened the doors. Like, you know, it put a huge flag in the sand for opening doors for hip hop. You know, in the being accepted by the broader.
Yeah.
For some might say that's good or bad. It's like it was amazing that people from Hollis, Queens could
turn that into that.
be like,
Raise
your Adidas in the air.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to think fucking hip hop prior to Run DMC was fucking sequins and feathers, by and large. You know, sequins, leather, and feathers, and all that kind of shit. Like that's what how a lot of those groups dressed in the early '80s. But they dressed like, you know, the people in clubs in Lower Manhattan in 1980. You know, like that's kind of what they were doing.
It's interesting to like.
But then Run DMC came through and dressed like the dude in the street.
But they were still fly as anything. Like even though they were just the dude in the street, like that was crisp.
Run DMC?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, that's so many people credit Run DMC for that. You know, they brought that to hip hop. Like when hip hop was sequins and feathers and, you know, all that kind of thing, like that old school era, Run DMC brought that, you know, that street level, what people actually kind of looked like in the street, what the average rap listener looked like. That's what Run DMC looked like.
It's crazy, like rest in peace, Jam Master Jay.
Right.
I don't think people.
He don't get mentioned enough, really, in the grand scheme of things, does he?
Yeah, and how much like he was like a driving force behind like the group's success.
Dude, I mentioned 50 Cent earlier. He was big in 50 Cent's career early, you know, and I think there's even been various thoughts or opinions that his death was related to his association with certain Queens dudes, you know.
Right.
Well, most of those dudes were, you know, like a lot of those dudes were kind of semi-associated with street dudes, you know. Kane, Big Daddy Kane was, Eric B and Rakim, or Eric B, 100%, but, you know, Rakim as well.
And Jude, and like contemporary, meaning modern day listeners in a nice area might listen to that and go like, oh, that must be how you be real, and like try to emulate and follow that. But it's like it wasn't like they were making the best of a bad situation with the environment that they grew up in. It wasn't like, and some people would argue that, you know, like official government members put those substances in those areas from the early, you know, like a conversation for another day. But it's like
there's a lot of
making the best of a bad situation.
Yeah,
right?
dude. Like, there's a lot of information out there available now, which pretty much points to, you know, crack being created. How the fuck did these, you know, poor black and Latino kids in these slums all of a sudden get recipes on how to make these fucking substances that fucking riddled their communities with crime and devastated families and homes and, you know, all that shit. That doesn't start fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Someone's introduced to that recipe on how to convert cocaine into this and do whatever, you know.
It's funny, like it's.
I mean, crack was accepted early on.
It's funny watching hip hop circle back to like the glorification of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Now, like
there is a huge glorification of blow and all that kind of shit these days. I had a fucking ASAP Rocky song come on in the car the other day, and I'm listening to it. I'm like, this isn't bad. And he's talking about a bitch fucking sucking blow off his dick or something like that, and I'm just like, whoa, okay. I was like, man, that's kind of, you know. It is what it is. Each to their fucking own, but you know.
ASAP's nice.
Yeah, man. Duke can rap.
What's your number 5?
Ooh, for Run DMC,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Ragtime.
The
The last song on Tougher Than Leather. That's what I'm going for number 5. Mine are kind of, you know, out of order.
What about Ragtime?
Woke up this morning.
What about
ready
that
to
one in
roll.
particular makes
That one, it was just different, man. And I don't know, it struck me young, you know, like a lot of people will say that Run DMC were done by Tougher Than Leather, like their career was over, but that produced massive hits. I mean, you know, it produced fucking Run's House, you know, was, what was Peter Piper? Peter Piper was on Raising Hell.
Mary, why you bugging?
You know, there you go. And the title track, Tougher Than Leather.
Yeah.
You know, unconceivable, unbelievable. Like I had my information. Man, I love that shit, bro. And that is such an immensely big, hugely produced record for 88. You know, it's still held on to, you know, what they did with Raising Hell prior. But that record, man, like I think that record stands just as well alongside any of the 88 club. I mean, obviously fucking Rakim comes through and blows everyone out the water. NWA come through with, you're talking about like that overt violence and comic book shit. Schoolie D, Ice-T, they all spoke on that shit prior, but NWA really came with it and made it something, almost comic booky. Because none of them were really involved in it. That's what we know well after the fact. But I'll tell you, when I first heard NWA, holy shit, man. That shit fucking knocked my head off. Like, seriously, as a kid, Because that was also one of my early groups that I was into. They were a huge influence.
Eazy-E was one of the first. Eazy-E's Eternal E album was like one of the first things I found like trawling through. I think it was Winamax. It was like a really like poxy seeding download server sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
It was like LimeWire.
I was going to say like LimeWire or something, yeah.
Man, number 4.
Go on, hit me.
Would probably be what you just said, Run's House.
Yeah, for real. Run's House. Yeah. Chucking it in there.
I've always something about the atmosphere, like the start of that track, like it sounds like it's outdoors. Like the way that they've.
Yeah.
I think that's just part of the record because like you hear it at the end, like it's still there when like the break's playing. That when it's like, like it's still got that atmosphere there. But like, yeah, man, like that was like. That was I love that track, like just the energy of it, man. Like, and it's dope that like it's dope how like they were competitive and positive, and like Run was totally cool with getting burnt so often by DMC on tracks. Like it's called Run's House.
Do you reckon they got
miseducate,
one was burning
my
the other?
attempt to create what I call the great.
Yeah.
You want to be down with the king, the wanted man from the like.
Yeah.
Like he smokes Run on like Run does a dope chorus.
Yeah, true.
But like what DMC does like. It's like I'm in the house, yo. I'm in the house, yo.
They play off one another so well though. At the same time.
Yeah.
It's kind of like splitting the Beastie Boys, like how do you pick your favorite Beastie? Like, I mean, they're pretty much, like they all kind of, to me, like.
Or like, which one of MOP do you prefer? It's like...
I could tell, man, that's fucking Fizzy Womack, baby, all day, Little Fame.
But...
Little Fame's one of my favourite producers on the mic that doesn't get the credit.
But it's like sort of... It's like having the palate cleanser, because the styles are so different.
Yeah.
It's like, could you just listen... Like, if it was, just the one you preferred... As a solo MC, like, and it wasn't as a group. Like,
well, I think that's more clearly defined in Mobb Deep than it is MOP, because you got Prodigy, and Prodigy at a point was probably one of the most superior MCs on the planet.
Yeah,
Rewind back a little bit further, and obviously I'm biased, but Ice Cube coming out of NWA without fail in 88, 89, man, he was easily one of the greatest MCs on earth, one of the most potent voices.
The greatest, like.
Pen
game, yeah.
Pen, just phenomenal.
What would your number 4 be?
I was thinking about this. My number 4, I might go Down with the King, the Pete Rock remix. And I know that's going into the 90s, and that's really throwing it out there. But it's only because I never, ever once gave that track the time. Because by the time, it's 93, man, I'm listening to Snoop, Dre, fucking, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, my tastes have modernized somewhat, but I was still kind of... or I'm still listening to Public Enemy, or I'm still listening to fucking Raising Hell, or whatever, but, that Down with the King joint, I listened to it recently, and I was pleasantly surprised at how amazing it is. And it kind of, we've spoken about Pete Rock and shit on here in the past. Like, man, it's an amazing production. See how smooth on there with the verse and shit like that. It's really pretty fucking good, Yeah. And I know that's probably the needle in the 90s haystack in terms of Run DMC's career. I don't think there was much prior to that or anything afterwards,
Yeah.
Because by that point they're more or less becoming a nostalgia act.
Yeah, they're on greatest hits albums and stuff, like 90 hip hop compilation albums and stuff at that time.
That's it,
Yeah, can we take a...
Well, you need another...
The coffee's going through me like...
Motherfucker, right. Now... Back from a little break. Number 3, Duckets. How you feeling? You want me to go with my number 3?
What's this thing doing over here? We need to.
Yeah,
I'll be like
point.
talking with my
good
elbow.
Point. Now you give me your number 3. Come on.
Number 3 is You Be Illin.
You Be Illin.
Day when I was chilling in Kentucky. That's like, that was the first like, I guess like storytelling track that like, caught me. In a sense of like, oh man, this is really cool. Like when you're a kid, and it's just like it's easy to understand it. It's like a really simple, and it's funny. It's like
it is funny. You ate it.
The beat as well. Who do you reckon produced that?
Fuck, who produced that stuff?
Like the ragtime.
Ooh, fuck, dude, you put me on the spot there. I need to know. I ought to know that shit.
Google.
How do I fucking not know that? Who produced Tougher Than Leather?
This podcast was brought to you by 420 Superstore and Beers, Boots and the Biz.
I was going to say Davey D. It was produced by the group Davey D and Rick Rubin.
Shouts to Mesc on the camera. Mesc
Is
says.
UB Illin on that? What's UB Illin on?
UB Illin was on
Raising Hell.
Yeah.
Raising Hell?
Because it definitely wasn't on. It wasn't on Tougher Than Ella.
Tougher Than
Ella Hooper.
Leather.
Tougher Than Ella Hooper from Killing Heidi. Just
produced Russell Simmons and Rick Rubin did a lot of it.
Yeah, right.
Well, I knew Rick Rubin was involved, but because Davey D was involved in the early shit and stuff. So UB Illin, eh? That doesn't rate a mention with me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like it was like what ragtime. Like it's almost in the same vein of ragtime, where it's like it's just such a different.
Yeah.
Like still, like there's not many tracks that are like sound like that and tell like a sort of like a 3-stage sort of narrative.
Yeah, true.
The nerd in me is like, why?
Yeah.
What about you? What's
I'm
Trey?
going with Peter Piper.
Damn.
Peter Piper.
Damn it.
Arguably one of the most important songs in hip hop. Like early use of Bob James and shit like that, like the beat. Peter Piper, man.
Run, rock, rhymes, Humpty Dumpty fell down. It's his hard time. Jack be nimble,
What?
was nimble,
What?
he was quick.
Jam Massacre, Faster Jacks on Jay's dick. Like that shit was a little Bo Peep fell hell asleep. Like that shit was fucking. Yeah, that's an important record. Raising Hell in general.
Well,
and also
it's funny for a commercial group, like for use of a better word, like they're one of like hip hop's most earliest commercial successfully group.
They are
successfully group. Yeah, I like words. I speak well. It's like they will rap into like what a pretty like what we call now like an old school standard boom bap hip hop beat, It's and they were rapping. Beats, it's like what used to be like the commercial.
Yeah. But that's what they were doing. They're just using what was spun in the park. 2 copies, one on either deck. Flip the main break back, bring it over on this. Like from that, and they'd rap over the top of that. And Peter Piper is an amazing fucking. And it's
you stole my 2 with that.
Well, yeah, well,
I got
dude,
to rethink 2.
No. It can still be a 2. We can speak on it now because fucking, you also have to take into account that Raising Hell was like rap's first full length. It was an album thing when rap was up until that point, up until around '86. It was party jams. It was just singles driven. 12s and all that kind of thing. One song, very few acts had full-length albums at that stage.
Yeah.
The album really only started in '86 for hip-hop. Beastie Boys,
it's crazy.
BDP, Run DMC.
It's crazy how they maintained relevance though, like because like when did that like that Jason Nevins Run DMC?
Oh my god, don't!
That doesn't really deserve a mention, but it's like that's
what was that song? Fucking
Get on the mic, Duckets.
Not It's Tricky.
Yeah.
No.
Wasn't it?
No. He did. It was off the fucking first album.
No, it was. It's Tricky, isn't it? Check this out.
Run DMC and Jam Master J. Run. Yeah, and
Isn't
we
it?
saw the resurgence of breakdancing. Like following that song. Run. It's like that.
Yeah.
It's like that.
That would have like put Run DMC in the living rooms of a lot of like kids watching
that's true.
Rage or video hits in the morning.
It did.
Yeah,
it did. I remember when I heard that, man, and I was like, what? Like, he's just put a dancier beat underneath it. There's a bit of chopping and a bit of, this and that going on. That same dude did Cypress Hill as well.
he kind of did what he did for them, what like almost they did for Steven Tyler and Aerosmith in.
Oh, it's a good point.
It's like a reverse.
Dude, man, you just threw that one in there. I don't disagree.
It's like bringing them into like the relevance of like.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we were Aerosmith in fucking '86, like a lot of those albums were probably falling on deaf ears by that stage, and they were in the grips of heroin addiction and all kinds of shit.
Aerosmith.
Straight up. So where we at? I just gave you Peter Piper.
From CB4.
On the mic.
From CB4, it's like, I'll be DMC. Man, you're always DMC. I'm the king of rock. There is none higher. Sucker MCs should. Man, king of rock. Yeah, it has to be. Like,
yeah.
That's like. That was sort of like that. Just made you feel like you were.
Which is what song?
King of Rock.
Indeed.
It always just made you feel like. Well, for me, it was just like 20 feet tall. Just like,
yeah.
As a kid, like
10-year-old
Daniel walking around his room, just like
fucking
I'm
good
the
song. King of Rock, dude. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, and to be immortalized in CB4 that way. Because I mean that was fucking that's what it was, and it's important. Like that's what Run DMC were in that era. They were so much to so many people. It's
getting ill is nothing ill.
Yeah,
the tape starts like stretching.
Yeah. But CB4 also traded off on a lot of stereotypes in hip hop at the time. The gangster dude, the black conscious dude.
It was like Run DMC. It was like sort of. It was based on like NWA.
I think so in some capacity. Yeah, it was like a
straight out of Low Cash
comedian. Yeah, of course, obviously. yeah. It was like a fictional because there's another one called Fear of a Black Hat. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Fear of a Black Hat.
Brent put me on that Marvel from Pure Product.
Brent,
the Fresh Maker.
Fuck, I can't even remember what was in Fear of a Black Hat, but it was pretty good. I remember.
It wasn't. It didn't have as many like memorable.
It wasn't CB4, but CB4. I mean, what's Chris Rock coming off Saturday Night Live in that era, or maybe Saturday Night Live is just post CB4.
When he's with the chick and it's like flashing between like the real gusto and him. It's just like he's a dummy and
that's right. That's Charlie Murphy too. Charlie Murphy, Eddie Murphy's brother. Yeah, Charlie Murphy. Darkness. Charlie Murphy.
My sister will say, "We're the bagheads. We're the bagheads."
So what did you say? Rockbox? Nah.
King of Rock.
King of Rock. Yeah. I'm going with Sucker MCs.
Ooh.
Yeah. How can you really go past it?
That makes number one tough.
Yeah. Sucker MCs, man. Another important song. Fuck, they gave us some fucking important songs, dude.
Yeah, no, I love that, man. That's like another thing where it's like it's just a simple beat.
You know what? I don't even know what my number one is going to be.
Let me see the list.
Yeah, dude. Well, listen, I got Raising Hell up.
Move
on the
over,
laptop.
Buke.
I mean, I know these albums fucking pretty much back to front. Other than the first one, I never really fuck with. I mean, well, not Crush Groove. Fucking Sucker MCs is off the first album, obviously. Rockbox.
Was
that on the first album? Rockbox was on the first album. That was a good song.
People be like,
you haven't even done your research. You don't know.
We find it on the fly. Jamie, look that up. Pull that up.
Hey, if Joe Rogan can do it and stuff.
Yeah.
Wait a sec. I'm just. Oh right, yeah, no, he's right. Okay. What are we up to? Number 2, is it?
Yeah, I think you're on number 2.
This is definitely going to be the episode that gets us the 10 million.
Yeah, isn't it?
These are the conversations that like.
This is conversation starters.
This is what hip hop's been missing.
Fucking A, just talking hip hop.
Yeah, because King of Rock was my number 2.
Oh.
So my number 1, I reckon.
Was King of Rock? No, oh yeah. Fuck.
I mean, it was like King of Rock was going to be number. You picking Peter Piper fucked it all up.
You can have Peter Piper. No one's stopping you from liking Peter Piper.
I'll throw in there. I'll throw in there Raising Hell, like just for the sake of referencing Commercial Hell.
Oh, thank you.
Which shares the adaptation of the same artwork.
Yeah. Kings from
Go
Queens,
listen.
From Queens come kings.
I'm raising hell like a class when the lodge bell rings.
You know what? I would say that's up there amongst mine too. 100%. Yeah,
so like it's really like a lot of rock based songs. Like it's so easy for it to be like cornball and like be like rock based hip hop songs.
Well, it was bugged out.
Like, nah, it doesn't.
To my ears as a kid, it was bugged out that Run DMC could come out and call themselves the Kings of Rock. I was like, man, how the fuck? Like, they're a rap.
That's pretty bugged out, isn't it?
Isn't it? And they labelled themselves that. I'm the king of rock. Oh, actually, I know my number 1.
I wonder if there's any other genres in which, like, say, like in folk music, they say, like, I'm the king of, like progressive jazz or something.
I burn cunts on the mic.
They claim royalty in like a completely different genre. It's like I'm not going to argue with them. They just might be the king of.
It's one of the 7 kingdoms.
So, what was your number 1?
Raising Hell.
Right, yeah.
Which it would have been King of Rock and Peter Piper would have been my number 2. But just to keep it interesting.
Just to throw something else out there. All right, I'm going to throw one out there. It's not number 1. Like, this is just in the mix, but Beats to the Rhyme.
I just made.
Yeah, Beats of the Rhyme's dope.
Was that a Jam Master
Actually,
J
what was the other one? Yeah, yo, I'm a wax the crowd. I'm feeling proud and loud. I should have screamed on the sucker, but I stepped in bad. Was that fucking?
Is it live or?
Rack for attack.
No, it's like they call us Run.
They call us Run.
Yeah, because like
that's on Tougher Than Leather as well.
Those DMC verses in that, like they stand up and like surpass.
They call us Run DMC. I fuck
like,
that song.
Like the standard of what rappers are doing now, like for someone who's commercially viable, like it puts in the grave rappers now. DMC's verses on that, like because like you know. Like I sent you the 2 verses from it, like you know the lyrics, like and you read them, it's just like and how he, you know, it's a dying art form that we have to keep alive.
Yeah. What about like fucking
wordplay?
That wordplay, but also that interplay.
Yeah.
With another MC, you as a solo artist, how do you find that today versus when you're in a group? When you had people to bounce off in
personally,
a group?
difficult.
Yeah.
I have to know people on a certain degree in order to collab with them. Like I've foolishly put out the thing of like going, oh yeah, like can I get, you know, it was like I was a bit short for cash and I thought like trying to like get a little couple of dollars for like feature verses was a good idea, which for most part it wasn't. Like the only good thing that came out of that reel was like the relationship between me and Treb.
Yeah.
Like he got a verse and like that's sort of like where that sparked off. Shouts to Treb one. Check out Seen Not Heard as a release.
Big shouts to Treb.
Good dude. Great dude.
And get a You Are What You Eat vinyl if you haven't yet.
That's right.
It's
and he was actually last time we had you on the podcast, Duckets. Treb was on with us. What number was that? Oh, man, when did we last have you on? In the 80s or 70s or I can't recall.
When I was this tall. I don't know. It was like last year.
Yeah, it was definitely last year.
It was a week before.
Well, it was just after Kitchen Hands or just before?
Yeah, it was a week before. It was like just it was the end of November.
Yeah. So we had both you and Treb on the podcast back then.
What did you just say that led into that?
When were you on? Because I don't recall.
No, before that led into like shouts to Treb. Oh shit.
Don't know.
Right. What?
We're talking Beats of the Rhyme by Run DMC.
How is it like writing compared, like being a solo artist compared to being in a crew?
Exactly. Yeah. That's man. It's the whole thing of like. I don't know. It's like the more that I work with people, the more I'm realizing that like it's not a thing of like just being straight up and like saying what you actually feel about something. Like for most part, like a lot of people don't want to hear that. You know, it's like and a lot of people that approach as like fans of your music are actually like music makers themselves that just want to like push their music and you know like turn it into like a check my stuff out. It's like that's all well and good, you know. It's like but not everyone has the time of day to just sit around listening to stuff. If you got limited time and you're trying to use that to like build your own stuff, you're going to listen to a lot of your own stuff more. And I don't know, man, like some people like you got to tread on eggshells with certain people is what I'm kind of learning because like I'm too like just I'll speak my truth too much, you know. It's like
literally, you don't text, you fucking do voice messages.
Yeah, man. Like, if you know me well enough, you'll get one.
Exactly.
But like I feel like I know, like I don't want to sort of go into like building something or like growing a garden with someone if I don't have some sort of built rapport or friendship or like. Just get to know them a bit first because it's like, you know, it's like, it's a personal thing, man. It's like if you're just making like whatever music, then you can just do whatever with whoever. But it's like you gotta, if you're expressing yourself, as we were going on about at length before, you gotta do. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's got to be with someone I personally know.
Oh, there's got to be some sort of chemistry there.
Of course.
Like. It's been
but
a long.
How would you go into it? Okay, so all right, playing devil's advocate here, you put yourself out there as someone.
People are going to go, well, how do you get to know people if you never fucking work with? Yeah, like.
Well, you put yourself out there, you know, at a point as someone that could, you know, you could purchase an appearance off.
It's just like desperation and thirstiness kind of like rubs me the wrong way, and like people, I guess, some people are very eager, and it's like. You got to just accept that at times people don't want to work because they don't have the time to put in their best work into something, or that like they're hypercritical of their own stuff, and there's a certain standard of what they want to put out and be associated with it. And it's like, it's not a thing of like some people are better or worse than others. It's just like,
but some people are.
If in basketball, it's like
let's be honest.
You'd have scrimmage games against like someone who's in like an NBA side or in like a you know, a certain side, but like
but those shitcunts don't make the draft, dude.
If
they don't wind up on the team
at the event when you're putting on like the you're not going to have like a non like. It's going to be embarrassing to watch. It's going to be like, oh, this is. It's like you got to have the craft. It's a competitive thing. You got to have
going off the bench.
Exactly.
Like,
So, but like I don't know. I've got collabs. I've got some with Insidious. Like we've got a couple of things. Like me and Gus of Mesc have got a track. Like, you know, I'm still waiting to when we can put that one. You know. Waiting. You and I hopefully it's I don't like forcing stuff, man. Like it's sort of just like it's a bit that we've got a track as well. I'm not sure like
who are you talking to?
Mentionable or not. Is it mentionable? Yeah, me and
Helen Earth have got a track.
I have to.
Another one of the most ferocious MCs in the country. Credit to you.
Don't sleep. Do not sleep. Open your eyelids.
It's been like 100+ episodes since we've spoken to Helen. Man, we could fucking do another one right now. Duckets, move over.
I've talked enough. No, man. Like, yeah, I collab with people, but like,
fuck you, me making some good music too. Yeah, gotta hand it to Helen.
Yeah,
man. Yeah.
And please let that last one not be the last. That's all. From the hip hop community at no. I don't know. Like that the whole other thing with that the other project, the Burn Bridges project, is based on that it's like, I know I'm not easy to work with. I know I'm difficult because like being yourself comes across that way in certain fields. But it's like as it's therapy. That's the premise of that album, is almost like the tales of a protagonist who expertly sabotages and ruins non-strengthened relationships and friendships.
You ever thought about going into a record and being produced as a character, maybe? Like, you know, this Burn Bridges idea. Well, obviously that's something, you know, you're working on. But like, you know, like how...
It's the closest thing to like...
You know, I suppose like how Quasimodo or a Doom or, you know, like these dudes sort of came in and they adopted an identity and played a character. And, you know, even what we saw with Freddie Gibbs and Madlib, you know, the way he was produced in that way, not that he played a character. It's just, who said it recently? Someone said to me recently, was it Gav from 420? Yeah, he was saying, like, you know, like Freddie with Madlib is just some shit, and Freddie with Freddie being produced by someone else is kind of not quite that. Other than Alfredo with Alchemist, you know, that was something special.
In the 9 beats that are sitting there, like from Dantes, like there's certain ones that are definitively like that could easily be character tracks, you know, like these ones are the majority of the Perpetual album is written. It's like heavily just Daniel speaking about stuff that I've learned through the philosophy of Hare Krishna stuff. And Burn Bridges is like the asshole side of me.
Yeah. No, I like it.
But definitely, man, it'd be sweet to go into a character thing, but it's like it probably won't be like a full alter ego.
It would still be very much you.
Otherwise it's really hard to like put your heart fully into something. Like I'm not wearing a hat, but I take one off to those people who can do that, because being able to like conceptualize other worlds and like the way like Doom does it and everything, and this interacts with this, and like I've written episode 3 before the first one comes out. Man, like we have to make something, you and I.
I do, yeah, man, yeah. I find what you're doing inspiring, bro. Dude, straight up, and you make me want to push that pen. Like, once again, just that expression. Like, I think, you know, like it helps. You know, like it's getting those thoughts, beyond just fucking speaking here, like just that, it's missing from my life at the moment, like not making the time to write a song, just sort of having stepped back from it to do this. Like I spoke on the Miles Ago episode about kind of, like kicking two pretty big goals, like I made an album with Lazy Grey and I made an album with Overproof Pete. Like, they were two massive fucking
two dope
goals.
releases.
Yeah, in like my world, that was fucking big, and the 750 stuff. We kicked a lot of goals over the years, like, and doing this, I feel like I'm kicking goals doing this, but I also feel like, man, I've still got some shit to say, that I'm not going to say here so much. Some shit I can say.
That's always going to be there because like as long as you're living, you're experiencing stuff that can be reflected upon and then expressed like through.
I'm fighting a yearning for it though, dude. Like that I haven't felt for a long time. It's just like fuck. But I know I've got some work to do to get back to where I was, or at least even better. Because you just can't settle on being where you were.
Don't try. I guess if don't try and over. Don't try and like turn it into yeah.
Straight up.
Don't try to be as good as you were. Be something new.
You be something new. Yeah. But see, I had this conversation. I
try not to compare it too much.
Because I had a conversation with Brad about I was like, dude, stepping back out after big shouts to Strut. He's coming up here 28. Boom, boom, boom.
You won't get tickets. There's none left.
Yeah, you won't. Yeah, good luck getting a ticket.
If you've got one, come along to the gig. Otherwise, you've wasted your money.
But like he said, he goes, man, I just couldn't couldn't overthink it and just went straight back in. It was just like dive in.
I think that's the best way to do it. Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
You've got to
accept that this is the new thing that you're doing, and then progress from that point that you start at again.
Yeah,
it's like you got to ignore any collateral game credits, so to say. Because it's like what you said, like forget trying to be as good as you were. It's like because that's.
Well, it's always like when you're writing, it's conducive to the time in your life at that point. If you're comparing yourself to 10 years ago, you're never going to be that same MC.
And you don't want to be, do you? Like as if, who even me, like 10, like this just got celebrated, 10 years of commercial album recently, hence the vinyl and all that kind of thing. But I listen to it and I'm just like, ugh. It's not that I don't like. I love it. It's a fucking beautiful point in time, but it's also kind of like it's also pretty dated. It's
if you opened say a journal entry or you opened a time capsule, say you're burying time capsules every year in your backyard or something, and you open them, you wouldn't go, oh, that one's dope. That one's not. Oh, that's whack. Like that's a whack collection of what was happening just at that. So it's like and. Yeah, I don't know. I think you got to like disregard the former. It's like you all you can do is best represent and most accurately represent where you're at right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And I think you become far more comfortable with who you are as you get older too.
Yeah.
Like while I feel I have less to prove to other people, I have a lot to prove to myself. And also a lot to prove to those around me still, like the people I love.
And for that exact reason, like that answers the question before of like, are you doing it to like get more audience and stuff. It's like you're doing it because there's the inner yearning to like
it's just to create, to just
I feel like the best shit comes out when you find that comfortable space and you just write and it's just like this feels right.
Exactly.
Whether it's like this is the most fucking technical thing I've ever written or it's very simple, it's like it just feels right.
100%.
That's a very special place to be in, and you just got to fucking go for it.
What's your process currently
for writing? I'm in the same boat as you. I need to get back into it. Like I'm starting to feel that yearning for it again as well.
Because you're spending so much time, for those that listen to this podcast, they already know Russ runs his shit full time. So he's got to spend a lot of his time pumping out product that other people want to purchase, pumping those beats out.
Yeah.
Where does that allow you the time and space to just fucking create?
Like a lot of my creative energy is taken up by production.
Yeah.
So like I sink all of it into that and try to make the best beats I can.
Yeah.
So I struggle to then go back and go, all right, now I'm going to write. Like I don't really operate like that these days, as well as just getting older and having a family and shit and like responsibilities. Like you sort of go, oh, I could sit down for 3 hours and try to write a verse, or I could go and fucking do these jobs around the house that need to be done. I kind of just like throw it to the wayside, but I'm going to start trying to be more proactive with that side of things and, you know, spend an hour each night when I get a bit of free time instead of fucking, you know, winding down and watching some TV or something like that, you know.
Yeah. Dude,
Put
see,
the pen
that's...
down.
Yeah, I agree in the sense that if I look at my life, when I slow down rapping, like, fuckery kind of took hold. Now, fuckery always existed within the rapping and the creation of music and all that kind of shit. By fuckery, I just mean drugs, booze, fucking carry on and whatever else. But yeah, distractions, you know? And like the fucking putting pen to paper, going to make a track. Man, I've got time to go make songs, even doing this podcast. I still have the fucking time in and around that. It's only an excuse.
There's time for everything.
Always time. If I want to do it,
you make time for.
Straight up, you will make the time to do it. And I just mirror, like I just see like there's a parallel in the fact that fuck, man, all of a sudden I'm starting to fucking heavily abuse alcohol. I'm getting older and I'm only fucking going heavier down this road, but I'm veering off the path of creativity in a way because you know, I'm spending a lot of my time talking about it, but I'm not actually doing it.
I mean, like you got that box of time and like you got the rocks of things, activities, stuff, you know. It's like you have to dedicate, you know, if you want something to get done, like you got to put that in before you put the other stuff in, otherwise the box is too filled. You know, what you both said is like you're both getting into the thing where you get an urge to write now. It's like in Vedic things they say like you only should eat when you're hungry.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about writing though. Like I don't like putting pen to the page if I'm not really, I don't know, motivated naturally.
Yeah.
I don't like being pushed into something. You know, if like someone's like, "Oh, you need to get me this track at this certain time," I don't really fuck with that too much. I need to just do things in my own sort of time frame, and then they happen quickly when the time is right. And then for like 6 months, I'll do nothing in terms of writing. Yeah. With beats, it's fucking all the time. Like,
which isn't like a choice thing. I don't reckon. It's
no,
like
it's
that's
not.
how you work your best, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, 100%.
South Park gets made the day before, or the week.
Does it?
Yeah, like two.
Well, it's like a week. Yeah, they spend a week on an episode
because the pressure motivates them to you know bring out their best. With what you were saying, like two things. Like, do you think with beats, like, because you make a lot of them, like you make more beats than like a lot, like majority of people like I know who are producers. Like, is there like has it like the more you make is like the less there's like a good beat, because it's like everything will be liked by someone no matter.
What do you mean?
As in, like, you know, like when you start beat making, it's like there's like, for me there was like a perception of like there's wax, you know, whack beats, or there's like these are the dope ones, and like having to make them like a specific sound. Like you make a wide variety of stuff, and it's like, is it now you're at a point where it's like you can just make whatever that you're feeling?
That's just how I approach beat making in general, I think.
Right.
Like, unless it's a custom and someone sends me, you know,
make something like this,
or, you know, here's the verse on this fucking jacked beat, can you make something that'll fit that? That's the only time I'll really like spend time thinking about how it's going to end up. But when I sit down to make a beat, I just fucking look for something that catches my ear and then go from there. Like, it's just always been like that.
Yeah. And the other thing that like that made me think of when you were like, you could either do this time writing a verse or go in there and like spend a shorter time making the beat.
Yeah.
It's like, it's interesting that now, like, because that translates to, in this commercial hell that we're in, that translates to more like, you know, being able to pay the rent with your music, being a producer, or being like a graphic designer, or like a camera person. Like, there's more avenues for that as instead of like MCs. MC, it's almost insulting to ask for like.
I know. I always find it very strange how people are more than willing to pay for beats. Like, I've had no issues, very few issues of people being like, "Oh, I don't want to pay for that. I want free beats or whatever." That's few and far between. But a lot of people are hard pressed to pay for verses, and verses often take way longer than it does to make a beat. Yeah, it's very fucking strange.
That's right.
And the verse comes from your own collected personal experiences from your life.
And not that it's only about the time you spend doing it either, but I feel like it takes a lot more mental effort to write a really good verse.
Oh, yeah.
Than it does to like I know because I do it. Like, I find it easy because of how many beats I've made to make something dope in an hour or something. But like to actually like put pen to page and take it seriously, I would charge more, like way more for than I would for a beat. You know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
But people are like, oh no, I'm not going to pay fucking this for a verse. Like I expect you to just do it for free. But they'll be happy to buy a beat. So it's a bit weird.
Or pay for a logo, or like pay for like, you know, it's like,
people are happy to pay for like graphic design or video clips and shit like that. But when it comes to someone's time and effort to write down shit and make it rhyme in a cool way and like spend all this time thinking of fucking punchlines and metaphors, it's just like, oh no, but you're just expected to do that. I don't really get that.
It's for the love and the respect, and it's it's like
the love, it's the exposure, bro. Like and the love and the respect and the culture.
Well, with the
people
with the
that come to you
music
and say, "Oh, this could be a good look for you."
Yeah,
like, I don't fucking care.
Would the music
bro,
need a video clip to get made for? Like would there be an income stream for the video maker or like the graphic designer who does logos or whatever, or artwork, if it wasn't for the MC making the songs?
There you have it.
No, it's like
it's like a chicken or the egg.
Like the demand,
really,
from MCs making songs is what drives the supply of, like, you know, income for the producers, right?
Yeah.
It's because there's heaps.
It's because you made that track.
And everyone's an MC.
Yeah.
You've got like everyone to.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
That's what. Everyone's an MC.
What are you listening to going into writing? We'll start wrapping this up now. We've been running 2 hours.
Right now?
We'll wrap this up.
Right now.
But yeah, when you're going into, like, you know, I always found, like, when I was writing, and Russ, feel free, like, you know, like I'd go down certain paths. I'd just be listening to certain artists.
Yeah, I was definitely like that too.
Yeah, that I knew would fucking trigger.
I think when I discovered like Conway and Benny the Butcher and shit was when Helen and I, shouts to Helen on the couch.
Yeah, big shouts to Helen.
When we did Misanthrope, and I was like, all right, let's do a project.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
I thought it was
misanthropy or something like that.
Yeah.
That's with a Y. Yeah, misanthrope is the noun of it. I think. Yeah.
I've been making an idiot out of myself.
But I was like, yeah, look, I want to make shit that's just like nothing's over 80 BPM. Like, let's just go real slow, real simple, just bars. Like, just because that's like the shit I was listening to at the time.
Oh, dude, how's that new fucking Dialect and Mus Volkov joint? Like, Jesus Christ.
He doesn't miss. Neither of them miss.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, man. Speaking of slow and just methodical and...
Yeah, I love that.
I heard
shit.
that. That's another thing. It was just like, man, I want to fuck. Man, I need to write, man. This motherfucker.
Speaking, given a little airtime to people who don't get enough, shouts to Coots and 10th Dan.
Oh, 10th Dan's one of my
What was that
favorite.
joint that you did? Was it on 10th? Was it on the 10th Dan beat? That fucking joint.
I haven't rapped to it.
Or Coots?
Yeah, the Who's Duckets one. Or
Yes. Who's Duckets?
Yeah. Mate. And Coots was just like,
that's a fuck.
He's just like, I want to make a beat for you. Like, what type of sound? I was like, throw Wu-Tang and Biggie into a gumbo pot. He sent us that, and it's like, I'm like, that's the exact sound I like to rap.
Yeah.
Sick. No,
and you
like,
nailed it on that, man. Flow.
Oh, man.
You know, like flow. 100%.
That second verse is a homage to Biggie.
Oh, you were saying that? Yeah.
Who the duck is this? As soon as Coots sent me through the mix, it's a sure thing.
Yeah.
Tracks are forming, let the swords swing. Describe my soul round the mic. Can't believe you kids pay for streams and likes. I'm from a different cloth in the garment shop. Culture getting quickly cancelled. A lot word. I wish it would stop. Because listeners will pick apart your rhyme paper straight up. Closed mouth grills. Teeth still got the tape stuck. Remember when lyrics were for real, just about skill, microphone niceness, no fronts to swap time with. Clout chase and fame rob your prospects. Target them people, fast bucks, missing intellect. Eliminate the trends. It's cool to keep it simple, but we used to have gems in music, not these mindless figures. Now they turn the business just on vibe though. Phones at their live show. The discipline is quite low. So blame fame for poor MCs that vie for the loot. I got a packed kitchen. Tell me what you want to do. Damn, no, that's just a homage of Biggie's
to Biggie.
Yeah.
That's
Duckets is kicking off the next segment of the show. Acapella raps. We're not doing bars or beats.
What about Biggie tracks?
If battle rappers can do it,
what about Biggie joints?
Biggie joints.
Yeah, well, you're paying homage to Biggie there.
Biggie, like favorite Biggie joints.
Yeah.
Oh,
I could do this shit all night.
He's so what's that one? What's number 17? No, number 16 of Ready to Die. Dun, 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 dun.
No, I don't know.
Biggie Smalls is the illest.
Oh, what? Fucking.
Biggie,
The Primo joint. Yeah.
Big.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I love all of
Biggie
Ready to
Smalls is
Die,
the
man.
illest.
I love.
Things don't change.
Oh,
Don't
things don't change.
change.
Yeah.
True.
That is my favorite.
Bum, bum. Oh, yours?
Remember
Yeah,
back in the day
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
brothers had changed.
Yeah,
He's only-
fuck. I like the
Fix your
what. I
fellies.
mean, talking about Method Man before.
Yeah.
The what. You know, even some of those
I
fucking.
used to get feels on a chick.
Oh,
now I
dude.
throw shields on the dick.
Like his
to stop me from the
appearances. Some of
HIV
his.
shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, some of his guest appearances too. Fuck, he had some killer shit.
Oh man,
I
like
think a favorite Biggie joint.
Armed and Dangerous. Can't too many. Man,
I mean, how can you go past like shit like
Notorious
Kicking the Door?
Thugs.
I hate it. Fuck, I hated that.
But-
Notorious Thugs.
But
fucking hated that joint.
but the fact of like that's not. And I don't feel that selling out. I feel like that's.
I didn't like that shit.
I just feel like he studied their flow, like hearing about it, like he studied their flow and went to their chamber, so to say.
Yeah. True.
You know, like I mean, I didn't rate Life After Death as much as I was like all over like Ready to Die, man. I love that.
Yeah, see,
Everything.
Ready to Die is amazing, but Life After Death, man, like it's pretty fucking incredible, man. When
Yeah,
you
of
listen
course,
to it,
yeah.
like I've said this 100 times, you listen to what Puffy gets a lot. I suppose Puffy gets a degree of credit, and he's one of those sort of divisive figures within hip hop. But when you listen to Biggie's second album, that double disc, that's a lot of our favorite producers just fucking made so much bigger, man. You compare Kick in the Door to fucking, I mean, there's no real comparison, but you compare what was fucking 97, or
I got my jump lace in
Dude,
there. I got jump lace, and so
the best example is Long Kiss Goodnight, the last song on that record produced by RZA, and that's one of my favorite Biggie joints without fail.
I know. There's a
Long
lot
Kiss
of debate
Goodnight.
between two
Listen
fucking
to
Biggie.
the size of that, and then put on Iron Man, which came out the same year.
The way that
you know?
Biggie word stuff is second to none, man. Your rain on the top is sure like
Leprechauns. Yeah.
Like his humor shines through it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Man, like, what about you with Biggie?
Biggie, I would say Long Kiss Goodnight.
With DMC, who like from that's got
What?
that's got DMC in it, doesn't it?
No, DMC's on fucking. What's DMC on that?
I was
remember.
wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's on one of them. He's not on Long Kiss Goodnight.
Fuck.
I got a story to tell. It's pretty fucking crazy. Even going back to some of those early
It's
like
a true story.
shit he appeared on, like the Flavor in the Ear remix. There's a joint on the New Jersey Drive soundtrack that Biggie drops 16 at the start of. It's by an R&B group called Total. It's fucking incredible. He just drops a 16. And it's just so dope.
He's like just on little like commercial features. He's still like
Yeah.
no, what was you know that one? He's like,
Party and bullshit.
Today's agenda, got the suitcase up in the center. Go to room 112, tell them Wallow sent you. There'll be no feel no strangers, no money exchanges. It's the one how he's like, at the end of it, it's like, no matter what happens, for all the fuzz and excitement, the range got towed. He double parked by a hydrant. Stupid. Like, he tells this full story of like, I think it's on, what's it on? Is it on, I think it's on Life After Death on the second disc. And he tells this full story. Brothers bleed just like us.
Yeah,
Picture me being scared of a brother that bleeds the same air, breathes the same air as me. And he tells this full story of like, it's like a crime story. He goes up into the building, like they case the joint, like the person runs out, they shot the first person, it wasn't the person, and like they race outside, and like the car get like at the end of it, like the car, like spoiler alert if you haven't heard it, but the car gets towed because they double parked by a hydrant, and that goes into like that. It's a song before I've Got a Story to Tell.
Oh, okay. Oh, fuck, I can't think.
Because like it's beeping and it's like
Havoc
who you
production on there,
talking to,
Buckwell
man?
production. Yeah.
You
know what? Even fucking like, what's the fucking joint? Hypnotize. I mean, if you're out, you've had a few drinks, and Hypnotize comes on in a fucking club, man.
Oh, they're fucking great joints.
Can't. You're lying if your head isn't moving, man. Come on. Like you're just like,
Or your hips.
Australian legends like Bias B, like making like in the early days paying homage with
Hursty.
like
Juicy. Yeah. But
It was
anyway,
all
I
a
suppose
dream.
we probably should wrap this shit up, man. We could talk this shit all night. Russ, you want to weigh in on the Biggie discussion?
Nope.
So, fuck, man. The Brad Strutt show coming up. You know, both you boys are on support.
Gonna be a good night.
Yeah.
Get there early. Like it's an early finish because of
What's over by midnight? It's before midnight? Or
no
over by
10:30.
Bullshit, what? It's over by 10:30. I hadn't even heard that.
Yeah,
And we're bringing it to
like
people
give or
today.
take, but it's like it's in basically if you don't know where it is and you don't want to like use Google because you're like
It's opposite the Paul's
speaking
Milk
to people
Factory,
and
South
stuff. Yeah,
Brisbane.
you kind of like go where the library is, the state library, and it's kind of like under the bridge there.
Yeah.
It's the old joint.
Yeah.
What
And
used
it
to
was
be the
something
joint,
else before
yeah.
that too.
But yeah, get there early because like Keep It Moving will be spinning, and then there's like
Yep.
Filthy Phil, then myself, then Rangers RC from Melbourne.
Yep.
You'll be
Insidious.
slaying the microphones. He's the microphone assassin.
Who's DJing for you?
I roll with my kitties and
Do you
I'm
have a
hard
DJ?
as fuck. No, I think Keep It Moving will be like keeping it moving.
Okay.
And then
moving all night.
Strut. Which
And then Strut.
no, it's like no, like it's really dope to like be on the bill for the Strut gig because the first like big gig I went to was like Lyrical Commission at the Rev. When you guys were on the bill that night, and
Yeah,
I
big
think
night.
Left One was on.
Yeah, they were
was on
too.
opening,
They opened it.
That was crazy, man. It's like
It was a monumental fucking night. That
Yeah.
one went down in the history books.
and one of the first like sort of before Addicted came out, Pure Product had a track on the Strut hosted Babylon mixtape. Battle Hogs mixtape.
Oh,
Yeah, I
wow.
remember that.
Yeah. Sick. Yeah.
We did. I'm pretty sure that was over the Onion Head beat. Double P.
Yeah.
This is kind of like, this Strut show is kind of like a bit of a full circle moment for me because I was Oath's hype man for the Authentic launch at the Zoo in Brisbane in 02 or 01 maybe, I don't even know, whenever Strut was up for that.
I was too young for that one.
Then I did supports for
Who else was on the bill for that? Like
me and Ken Oath, Corfi I think was on the bill,
shouts, calls.
Brothers Stoney, and Brad
Shouts
Strut
Long
headlining, obviously at the Zoo, launching Authentic, and then
That'd
a
have
couple
been,
of years
that'd have
later,
been so dope, man. It's like they did Toowong live as well.
I would say I can't remember.
That would have been. I wish there was footage
We watched
of
it,
That'd be sick.
but then following that, we did the Stages set launch, and then me and Lay supported Brad in Melbourne for the Legend official launch, and then we also did the obviously 750 launching with doing the Murderous Metaphors launch, and now here we are, Beers Beats and the Beers in 420 are bringing Brad to Brisbane, so it's kind of a bit of a, like I support, I was involved in a lot of those early shows, and now we're involved in a different capacity. It's pretty fucking cool.
It's
Awesome.
awesome. And
Where do we
it's
leave it,
only
Duckets?
2
Leave
weeks
us with
away.
something, I don't know.
We've got
Beers,
these
Beats and the Biz,
wonderful
baby.
merch T-shirts. Buy nice merch
You're
T-shirts.
wanting to looking fresh.
Yep. No, so we'll have these packs available online. Man, I think we'll launch these following dropping this episode.
Look at those stacks.
Bam, we got stickers, man. We've got sticker packs. There's fucking shirts everywhere.
We've got little
We're out
cardboard boxes. They're not plastic.
Super limited numbers,
How
actually. We
much?
don't really have
How
shirts
much?
everywhere.
Drop in the comments below. How much? What's the bid for this? It's been on the Beers, Beats and Biz. You can bid for this. It goes to charity.
You know what? Rather than dropping it in the comments, just DM
Yeah.
Duckets.
We are the
how much
charity.
you
We
want to
need
fucking
the-
pay.
we need the money.
Look, it's touched the shirt. Look, see, it's touched. We can all sign it. You can keep all sort of personal effects in there.
Well, anyway, I've had enough of this conversation.
We're out.
This has been Beers, Beats and the Biz for another week. I love you, Duckets. You're in a
Thank you,
purely
man. Thank you.
heterosexual
Big
manner.
shouts to
I
Thank
think-
you for-
I think you're
for
a
bringing
great
me.
human being. Shouts to the crew in the place. Big shouts to Helen.
Hare
Everyone
Krishna.
here.
Cropper.
My man, Insidious. Fuck, man. We're here. We're out here. We've got it coming, and we're going to be hopefully filming all these episodes from here on in.
Shouts
So,
to Mesc. Shouts to Dom.
Big shouts
Dom.
to Dom. Big shouts to Mesc. Everyone, man. Shouts to you guys. Follow us on social
And-
media. Stay
oh,
tuned for this competition.
One sec. One more last thing. I've got
Hurry
Wyatt.
the
I've got.
fuck up.
I've got. I know it's like shameless plug. I like that.
Hurry up, Christian.
Plate of lemons. I've got Wired Weird CDs which are coming very
of course.
soon. They're prehistoric technology that we used to listen to music on. But people still have CDs in their cars, so yeah. So they're online at the Big Cartel, the Plight crew.
Yeah, big
shouts to Vern. The Plight crew. Putting out the purveyor of the freshest. It's going to be available at the Strut gig. So if you want a CD and you don't have tickets, just come down to the gig.
Yeah.
That's not probably approved by the organisers, but
come down.
You'll hear it from outside. So
yeah.
make a night of it.
You can fucking push those CDs outside, a la Percy P style.
You can get little stickers for your wardrobes and chest of drawers outside.
There's sticker packs, there's tees, there's grinders, there's trays, and the Brad Strutt merch is crazy too. So yeah, you're going to be seeing that. You're going to be seeing that in very soon at these gigs. And I'm pretty sure he's pretty much fucking selling out around the country. Adelaide's like 20 tickets off selling out, and I think Melbourne's about to be announced. So, yeah, and Brisbane is officially sold.
It goes to show, be authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Just be yourself.
Be yourself, man. Be yourself. And it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. So I heard.
Plant avocado trees today.
That's it. All right, guys, that's been Biz Beats in the Biz for another week. Let's get out of here.